Oh, this is hurting my brain. This is my channel. I've done 2 videos about Mr. Beast Chris situation, and then I did one about him. Will Mr. Beast survive this? I'm completely calling myself out for this. But you can see I've got I've got these 3 thumbnails: safe, innocent, and guilty. In this video, I'm protecting Mr. Beast. I'm protecting him over the Chris situation. And then this fucking video drops. Ah, my god, I can't be arsed. Not that any of the thumbnails are any better than each other. They seem to do the exact same. So thank you to anyone that liked, commented, or whatever on these videos. Jimmy, man. All you had to do... Why am I even trying to defend him? I don't care. He doesn't care for me. Right, let me just get straight into this situation. Thank you for all the support on the recent videos, though, by the way. Appreciate that. Oh, I've been here for the past 3 days trying to write this video, and I'm just gonna go at it. No script. I can't be asked. This previous employee that worked for Mr. Beast, he came out and he's exposing a lot of things that Mr. Beast has done, has been doing, whatever. Now, to start, there's a lot of people that believe this video has been shadow banned. The video's now up to like 1.5 million views or something like that, but at the start, it was out for a while and wasn't getting many views. You couldn't find it if you searched the exact title in. Shady stuff, who knows? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Probably has been, though. Now, if you see my previous video, I'm basically calling, and I apologize for this, Mr. Beast innocent. Now, I don't know why I felt the inclination to feel the need to back up Mr. Beast. I don't fucking know the guy. I don't give a shit. Through making this video, I've realized I don't give a shit about if Mr. Beast is guilty or not. If he's done wrong things, he should go down for it. A shout out to Ray and I don't know on my last video for calling me out for this, but I mentioned the Rosanna Pansino or whatever her name is. Mentioned that situation. I basically took the piss out of her because she was complaining about the hide and seek video, which I still kind of, you know, I apologize for it. I'm in the wrong, cool, but she doesn't care about my opinion, and 2, it's still a grey area. What you'll find in this video is there's a lot of grey areas. There's not really any official criminal evidence, but there's a lot of scummy things that go on that you kind of just have to make your own opinion for yourself. Now, this video by Dogpack404, I think his name was. I've just searched the video now, and if you now search it up, it comes up with the video, so that is interesting. Dogpack404, it got uploaded 3 days ago. It's on 2 million views. He uploaded this video basically exposing him, and I'm going to split this video into about 6 parts. Now, I'm not wasting any time. I've already rambled on way too much. Dogpack, who we're going to call for this video, exposed Jimmy first for scripting his videos.
So if what we had to film was scripted, you know, because what we do is non-scripted, so you have to plan for a bunch of variables that you can't control, blah, blah. If what we did was scripted, holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Have you ever faked a video?
No.
But this train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, these buildings are CGI, but it's not your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20. That's not a lurker. It's just a guy. This whole room is fake. This contestant is an actor and a secret employee at Mr. Beast. They had him dive through this fake door twice. This line is scripted. This action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted.
If you think this is a weak argument, I somewhat agree, but I don't. We all know that Mr. Beast is known for reinstating the fact that his videos are unscripted, which is the reason why his content's so popular and hard to make. He doesn't have the luxury of like planning out his content like traditional media. However, Dogpack makes some really interesting call-outs. He does mention a few things about CGI, which I'm not gonna lie, who cares? CGI, it's made to make things more dramatic. I don't agree with that being scummy. There are a few more narrative situations in which the result of the video is clearly affected by Mr. Beast and his producer's actions, which I think in this video you see that game shows that is pretty much illegal. For example, the guy called Mac in his videos is actually exposed to be Mr. Beast's editor and had been before he ever appeared in the videos, which I don't think is the worst thing. I maybe get it that it's scummy because they made him out to be some complete stranger, but I don't think it massively affects the narrative. That's again, you can have your own opinion on it. And a lot of his videos are solo videos. He's not battling against other contestants. So you could say it's fine, but it's still the fact that Mr. Beast says his videos aren't fake, and Dogpack lists a load of different reasons why they're fake or how they're staged.
During this time lapse on the 4th day of 7 days stranded at sea, you can clearly see there's no one in the shelter. These are their empty beds. But after a hard cut, magically 5 people are awake, and 2 of the boys have bright yellow raincoats that they didn't have when it rained on day 2.
And after standing the whole night
night, completely soaked.
You didn't spend the night soaked, Jimmy. You slept on the production yacht. It's ironic because this is one of the videos where they claim that they don't fake things.
But no, we have to be the real channel that doesn't fake things.
In this video, this wink was added in post. In fact, 58 was actually on the far opposite side of the room from 42, and he just didn't hear him. This whole revenge storyline was added in post. Multiple shots show how timers are edited in post. Timers are edited in post. Timers are edited in post. They also manipulated contestants' audio in post.
We got 15 minutes.
In general, if anything happens last second, it's fake. Or if you can hear someone's voice but can't see their mouth, the audio could easily be added in post.
I literally think I'm gonna kill you.
And yes, this lie detector video was also fake.
Have you ever faked a video?
No.
Think that lie.
It's still real to me, damn it!
I just don't know my opinion on it, because is reshooting a video of Mac rolling through a door a big deal? No, but does it kind of destroy the element of that it's not scripted? I don't know. Now, there's this 10-minute video, which is, if you haven't seen it, this big tower that Jimmy built, and it's all supposedly live, and he has to get to the bottom of the tower to win the prize in 10 minutes, and there's no cuts or anything as such in time. And so there's complaints about him like staging the set so that when the guy spins the valve to release the water, it's actually remote controlled from the outside because the valves just keep spinning.
When he reaches the bottom floor, he has to turn these water valves. Now you can tell that these valves aren't actually connected to anything because the water flows out in an instant, and it happens when he's not even touching the valve. The contestant also goes back to the first valve unaware that anything had happened, and he's still able to spin it. So the valve seems to spin freely and isn't actually connected to the flow of water. So you could assume that producers might be off camera with remote switches to trigger the flow of water. And assuming they've tested this, the producers might know how long it takes for the water to clear out of the room, so they can sort of decide on the fly how many turns of the valve it takes, or just when to trigger the water in general to make the results close. And in this video, spoiler alert, the contestant wins the money, so rigging the challenge could be seen as a good thing.
I get it, it's more realistic if the valves spin, but I don't think the water chutes opening up via a remote control necessarily has a big impact. It's once again, it's up in the air, it's how you look at it. Is he being deceptive? Yes. Is the fact that he said his videos are unscripted and unproduced? Yeah, but if the valves would have been working and he would have twisted them, then they would have opened the water anyway. So, however, one of the most infutable pieces of evidence is the fact that in the raft video that he did with like laser beam and that, there's a clear shot of them not staying overnight on this raft, which if they would have just addressed in the video that they couldn't and they had to stay elsewhere, I get it destroys the narrative and the story of the video, but at least you're being honest. But then when you're saying you're staying overnight and you aren't in there, then you're just lying. And it completely went over my head when I watched the video. I remember watching it. I mean, old FIFA YouTubers used to like fake all their pack openings and they would admit they're real and they didn't have any massive repercussions. It's difficult, man. I'm literally sat here looking at my script going, do I even agree with what I'm saying right now? He also calls out the fact that Mr. Beast doesn't actually have many subscribers in the video, or not legitimate subscribers, and more friends and family of employees, which again I somewhat understand. There has to be some logistical side of it that says, okay, he can't fly subscribers out on private jets and planes to come do a video, but then he also could because he's Mr. Beast and he's got shit tons of money. But I understand the convenience of having family and friends, but then that also creates a bias for the game show result because he'd rather his friends and family win the prizes than just some random subscriber, I'd imagine. And this is where the technicality of game shows comes into this. It's a really hard fine line, and I think because it's on YouTube, it's not as restricted unlike traditional TV, but it's quite obvious that that's what's going on. The Rosanna Pansino thing was also the fact that she finished later in the hide and seek video than it seemed to be in the actual video, which I recently just watched after watching this fraud video because the point got brought up again. And yeah, you can see she's like running across when she got found, and they put it earlier and like Logan Paul got found before her. I'm watching the video knowing what's going on. I can see the problem because Mr. Beast is trying to make an entertaining video, but then it didn't align, but then you've said it's all real and whatnot. So you just get into these, it's not illegal, but you're just being a scumbag, and that's pretty much what all of these parts are about, all parts of these videos. Nothing's massively illegal apart from a couple coming up. This section could go on forever. So in conclusion, I think yes, it could be seen as deceptive by Jimmy for not inviting his 10-year-old audience to be in videos. But then again, his audience probably wouldn't watch his videos if it was just a bunch of kids screaming with no narrative or story. But yes, manipulating events without disclosing to the contestants is completely wrong, and I don't think he should really get away with it. Moving on to a slightly more interesting topic, Dogpack calls out MrBeast for illegal lotteries. Now this is where it starts getting into criminal territory. A few years ago, MrBeast used to do these live streams where he would sell merch on his live, and whilst doing it, add these random gifts or money in with the packages. On the surface, that seems like a positive thing, which I would agree with, but Dogpack does bring up some interesting points, which I also completely agree with.
And during those 5 hours, I counted 46 illegal lotteries. These lotteries are also run poorly. Multiple times they would say something like, buy in the next 5 minutes for a chance to win. And then 7 minutes later go, actually, the newest order in 30 seconds is gonna win.
In 5 minutes, we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna put $1,000 in a random order. Hey, Daryl, don't we owe someone $1,000? We do. Yeah, so, all right, so the newest order, in 30 seconds, we are gonna put $1,000 in your package.
Stephen K.
Okay?
Stephen K.
And there is no second giveaway 30 seconds later, like Jimmy said. This is just one very shady giveaway.
That is literally the definition of a scam. He also used CTAs or call to actions to get people to buy more merch, such as, oh, we're giving out too many prizes and giving out too much money, we're not going to be able to make a profit, which I don't think is illegal, but it's just a very scummy tactic. It's treading on very thin ice is what it is. And Dogpack also shows how much MrBeast made in these live streams. Now, if this is true, you can quite clearly see that he makes a massive profit. 1.6 million, take away 50,000. The man's made over $1.5 million in profit in one live stream. So it's a bit of a dick move to incentivize your young audience to buy your products and lie about how much money you're making just to get more sales. I think all MrBeast would have had to do in this situation is put very obvious disclaimers about the legal lottery system in this stream. I'm not quite sure how that works. I'm not a fucking lawyer, but I guess it just comes down to YouTube terms of service and like whether or not at the time he knew he had to do that. But at this point, Jimmy was making millions, and you would think there would be someone responsible enough to call this point out. Now, along with the illegal lotteries and these merch streams, there's also the fact that these shirts are being signed by MrBeast and the crew. Slight problem with that though. MrBeast isn't the only one writing his own signature.
So here's a clip of Tyler using MrBeast's signature. So Tyler signs MB, which is MrBeast's signature. Then he covers it, signs his own initials, TC, smirks, looks around, and then quickly slides the shirt away. Could you make it any more obvious? You know, you don't accidentally have someone else's signature as muscle memory. And again, I'm not a lawyer. I think this is fraud. Maybe they could say it's the brand's signature, even though it's clearly implied that this is Jimmy's signature, which was established during the last live stream.
And quite clearly see they know what they're doing. If you wanted a signature off Ronaldo and were waiting outside the team coach to get one, and then instead of Ronaldo signing your shirt, one of his fellow Portugal players signs your shirt with Ronaldo's signature, I think you'd be pretty pissed. The argument people will try and make for this is that MrBeast is a collective group as such, and it's more of a group signature. But the fact that Jimmy only writes the MrBeast signature and everyone else writes their own signatures will make it seem like it's just supposed to be Jimmy's. It also does quite clearly say that ND is his signature on Wikipedia, so I think this guy's face says it all. He also did a stream where you could pay to get a picture of yours put on the moon, in which the rocket that was doing this ended up blowing up on launch, so no one got their picture on the moon. Once again, I think it comes down to legal technicalities that I'm not educated on. Kinda scummy, but not his fault. Maybe a refund. There might have been a disclaimer about that it was non-refundable in this situation. I don't know. In conjunction with the lottery situation, Dogpack also accuses MrBeast of promoting gambling to children, which once again is on the line of, I don't know the laws because I'm stupid. There's a clip of his old manager mentioning a story about those scam loot box companies that were sponsoring YouTubers back in the day.
What was becoming really popular were these like mystery loot crate, like internet sites where it's basically like CSGO skins, but you'd go on and be like, here's the Supreme box, and you'd pay $50 for it. And remember, it was
didn't RiceGum did quite a few people. Yes,
Yeah, they got a lot of hate for that.
Right.
Jimmy was, he wanted to work with that company when he heard about it because there was a lot of money and we wanted to give that money away in a video. And I had to talk him back on it. I was like, listen, we're not promoting gambling. I think people are going to see this negatively. So there's a long conversation that him and I had to have, which eventually we passed on the deal. And then Jake Paul and Rice Gum ended up doing that deal and got a lot of hate for it.
So yeah, it's not good that Jimmy even thought about taking the deal, but in all fairness, I don't think there's any proof that he ever did take the deal. So it doesn't look great on him that his manager had to advise him to say no. But also, that's what managers are for, to advise you to make better decisions. So once again, can't really legally take him down for it. But yeah, it does come off pretty retarded. Dogpack moves on to talk about Feastables, in which Mr. Beast did a classic Willy Wonka. If you buy one of these bars, there's a chance you get a ticket to come and be in one of his YouTube videos. And one of the people that won the ticket was some famous YouTubers. Slightly suspicious, but you can't really prove that it was fixed. However, there was also the fact that there was $1 million worth of prizes to be won in these bars at the time, in which to play, you would literally play a slot machine game to see if you win any of the prizes. I know it's not direct gambling, it's not traditional risk money for more money, but it's pretty fucking close. Companies do this all the time though, saying you can win a TV or something for a pack of Doritos. It's just this weird legal grey area because you're still paying for the product itself, in this case Feastables, and it's only that there's an added optional choice if you want to use your chance to win a prize with this chocolate bar. It just falls into this not illegal but scummy kind of area, and eventually people always forget about the scummy stuff. Look at Logan Paul, he's still kicking about. One of the last points Dogpack makes in this video is about the branding of Feastables and its marketing. Mr. Beast does always advertise Feastables about being a healthy option and better than its competitors, which I guess is somewhat true on a technicality. Dogpack shows you the comparison between Feastables and Hershey's. Per gram, Feastables is better than Hershey's, but if you look at the actual full bar, it's not. Yeah, it has less ingredients than Hershey's, so he's not lying there. The problem comes down when your sales tactic is to advertise something as healthier, but the product itself is in no way healthy. And as Dogpack points out, obesity is the largest contributing factor to many health risks in America, in which a chocolate bar is not going to help, no matter how healthy it is compared to its competitors. But then again, I suppose it is your choice if you want to buy the chocolate. No one's forcing you, and it is technically healthier than its competitors, but you're still advertising towards kids and encouraging kids to eat unhealthy food for the sake of your own profit. But then again, there's loads of companies that sell bad things that aren't illegal. Cigarettes, alcohol, this sort of thing.
Like, Mr. Beast is bringing hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of new people to the candy aisle, whether he wants to admit it or not.
People are just walking to the chocolate aisle, and instead of buying Hershey's, buying Feastables. Like, people who never would have bought chocolate in Walmart are walking to the chocolate aisle specifically to buy Feastables.
You're creating a new market.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm bringing new customers to the aisle.
Okay, I guess he does want to admit it. You know, kind of a weird flex, not something I would brag about, Jimmy. But like, bribing children to get into the habit of consuming excessive amounts of sugar, like $10,000 a day as a giveaway is very deliberate because it's trying to create repeat customers that just buy out of habits. Like, doing this, especially when you clearly understand how much of a health risk it is to these kids.
Because obviously so much obesity and disease comes from the stuff we eat.
It's honestly just fucking evil to me.
In summary of this whole video, I still just have a feeling Mr. Beast isn't going to go down in this situation. As I've said, I think all of these issues fall into this weird legal grey area, which Jimmy can get out of with his money and good lawyers, to be honest. Which, let me reinstate, I don't think that's a good thing. It'll be similar to Logan Paul's CryptoZoo situation, where it'll get swept under the cover after a while. Some people will lose respect for Jimmy, but there won't be anything black or white enough to take him down. I highly recommend that you go watch the full video for yourself. There's a load of other good points that Dogpack makes that I haven't included in this video. I think this video might have been an hour long if I included everything. I'll leave a link to the video in the description. It'll be interesting to see what the performance of this video is like if this video's actually got shadow banned.